Hey guys, Jared here, Magnetic Men's Club. Hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about the honorable man approach. In this day and age, the word honor just isn't used a lot. If you've been in the military, to a degree, honor, especially if you were in, say, the Marine Corps, they push honor and integrity, or they used to. I'm not sure what this new military is with the new DEI and all this other bullshit that they have in the military. But it used to be in those branches, specifically honor, duty, commitment, were top of mind and emphasized and almost beaten into you. And it carried on throughout the lives of those young soldiers, so that when they got out in whatever endeavors they did, they had a sense of honor and duty about them. So I'm going to bring back the honorable man approach. What sets apart somebody who is honorable, what sets apart somebody who has honor, and what that looks like in their personal and their professional settings. Stay with me on this, but we have a little bit of house cleaning to do, because what we need to understand first, and this was a hard pill for me to swallow, putting this video together. I guess I didn't really want to believe it, but it's something that came up, and I had an aha moment. I'm like, oh shit. And it's this: when it comes to becoming successful or having self-advancement and achieving your goals, power trumps everything. Power trumps even your reputation and even honorable behavior. Look at people like Jeffrey Epstein or Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly. I guess P. Diddy now, he can be added to that list. Alec Baldwin. Ellen DeGenerate, whatever the fuck her name is, the retarded president we have, Joe Biden. Shitty behavior, shitty humans, poor reputation, didn't stop any of these guys or girls from succeeding. Some of them did face consequences, some of them possible jail time, yes, but they didn't pay the consequences for being shitty humans. They paid the consequences of breaking the law, which is a huge difference. And even then, catching them was hard. Jeffrey Epstein, years and years before he actually got caught, and even some of them, arguably him, because he had self-deleted, that in his prison cell, largely escaping significant jail time. And the whole point of this is, these people amassed massive amounts of power, and so they provided value to people. They probably had dirt on their enemies, and they could inflict massive cost on their enemies. So most people didn't want to antagonize them, and then instead they sought them out, they befriended them, they worked with them, and they pretended they were good people. You can be high-powered douchebag and have little or no honor about you. We here at the Magnetic Men Club prefer to work with men who choose the honorable man approach. And this approach, it emphasizes the importance on having integrity, having respect in social interactions. This approach isn't about being polite. It's about embodying principles that earn trust and admiration. Honorable has nothing to do with being nice. As an honorable man, you can relentlessly go after your self-interest, you can pursue revenge, and even break the law, but if called for, you still know how to be honorable. Most men intuitively know what honorable means. It's when you admire someone. But to give you a little bit more context on what this means, be courageous, or be courageous enough, and at least don't cower in fear. It's about being assertive instead of being passive-aggressive, manipulative, or gaslighting. It's about also giving direct answers, talking to people directly without being wishy-washy, without having too much gray language in there. It's saying what you mean, meaning what you say. Having conviction over your thoughts, having convictions about what you're talking about. Telling the truth as often as you can and as much as you can. Always telling the truth is a very naive way of thinking. A good guideline for this is stick to the truth unless you cannot. So you want to generally avoid lies. Lies are like landmines. The more you lie, the more treacherous the landmine, of course. And most of all, never lie for insignificant matters, and never lie when the truth is easy to uncover. If you can't speak truthfully, refuse to comment. Stay as close as possible to the truth. You're more believable and better maintain your reputation if you found out. So it's not always about telling the truth. There are some situations where you simply cannot. And that does not mean or negate the fact that you're honorable or you don't have honor. It's honoring the fact that maybe you are not obliged to tell the truth because information was given to you confidentially. And you being an honorable man are not obligated to telling somebody else's dirt to another person. So there are nuances to telling the truth when you can, as opposed to always telling the truth. Another thing is just always generally speak your mind. And the guidelines for this is the closer to your honest self you can be, the closer to your honest self you should be. Nice guys are very far from their true selves. I'm going to do videos on nice guy syndrome, but the essence of a nice guy is they're so far apart or so far away from their true selves. So in order for you to be an honorable man, you need to make an effort to speak your mind. And you want to speak up when it matters. Not all people or situations matter. Most people that you interact with during your day outside in public, they just don't matter. But situations that matter most to you, when it's specific to your goals or your values, that's when you want to speak up. Close people in your relationships around you, your orbit, your circle. Of course, you want to speak your mind on situations and thoughts, because those are the people you have direct influence on, and those are the people who have direct influence on you. And you also want to generally speak your mind when you can truly make a difference. Maybe somebody has bad information and you want to provide correct information to them. If you don't speak up and you let them continue on with false information, it actually makes you a fool, because you have the information, but you didn't provide the information to them. Whether they accept it or not isn't your problem. Your idea is to get the correct information to them, and it's up to them to self-diagnose and realize, okay, I made a mistake, or I'm still going to believe this lie. There was a quote written by, and I'm reading his name because it's fucking long, Friedrich Nietzsche, probably butchered his name. And his quote is, "I'm not upset that you lied to me. I'm upset that from now on, I can't believe anything you say." And think about that quote. When you're in a relationship, especially early on, you have to take it on some base level of fact that the person who's talking to you is being honest or being as truthful as possible. When you find out that that person lied to you about something, everything they tell you from that point on, you have to question as if truth. You have to question their believability. And so this was a very famous quote. When I saw this, I was like, yep, that is 100% dead on balls accurate. And so an honorable man going back to the first one, not always telling the truth, always telling the truth when possible and staying as close to the truth as possible. That's the honorable man's mindset who expects honorable people in his life. Remember, it goes both ways. If you're trying to be an honorable man, you're only going to attach yourself to honorable people because like attracts like. Cheap manipulation always subcommunicates that person's generally a manipulator, they're lower in value than you, and it's somebody you want to avoid. So on your path to becoming more honorable or instilling more honorable values in you, you're going to come across people that are lower value than you, that are manipulating you or have the ability to manipulate you, and you're going to start feeling a certain way, and your spidey senses are actually going to say, I got to stay away from this person. This person doesn't have the value set that I have. Why do you think so many people in the military stay close together? Yes, they may have shared war stories, they may have injuries. It's a brotherhood that they share together. But for all intents and purposes, as a whole, now there are some nuance to this, but as a whole, they stay together. And even if, for me, I did 12 years in the military, and I saw an old timer with a Vietnam hat on it, we still share that common thing, that military tradition, that honor of serving your country. So a lot of it has to do with these military guys who stick together. It doesn't really matter the branch that they're in. They have a sense of duty, they have a sense of honor to their country and to the people who served with them. The downside to having an honorable approach is it's going to cost you with dishonorable people. So there's an optimal approach that you need to take, because you still have to interact with dishonorable people, but you want to be honorable with those who deserve it, other high quality people. High quality men, high quality women generally are very honorable. It doesn't mean these high quality men, they might not be the richest, they might not have a ton of power, they might not have a ton of influence, but they have high quality. There's a good moral compass about them. And this is what we look for when we're coaching clients, when we're interacting with people who we think would be a good fit into our community. We're not necessarily looking for high value, we're looking for high quality. You also want to be honorable in your close relationships and demand and expect the same in those relationships. When you're dealing with dishonorable people, you want to be strategic in your competitions, because you don't know if your competition is honorable or not, and sometimes winning is their only priority. So the guideline becomes, don't be too much of an asshole, don't betray yourself too much. Thanks for watching this video. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that bell icon. You guys know what to do. This is to help men understand social dynamics, frame control, power dynamics, and how they can integrate all of these concepts into leveling themselves up to be the best version of themselves. My name is Jared Schoonmaker. This is the Magnetic Men's Club. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.